Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm back. Not near as emotional today. Haven't cried a single tear all day, y'all. Thank God. I'm telling you, that's all I did yesterday. It was just a really emotional day. And if you don't know why, go back and watch yesterday's live, but probably most of you know why. And anyway, I certainly don't want to rehash all that, but oh, goodness. It's good to see you guys. I was looking at the ones coming in the chat. I see Marilee's here, Joe McCoyne. So you're in the snow-covered, windswept high plains of Colorado. Oh, goodness. We had some snow, but it kind of went away. I think, we had it um yesterday. Well, it started the night before and snowed, but it went away. To sometime last night. It's I think gone. Yeah. Looks like the majority of it's gone. There might be some in the shade, but not much. It's kind of how Oklahoma does until every once in a while we get a big old crazy one. So, yeah, it's fun. So, Evie, it's good to see you too. Oh, thanks, Marilee. I tried to be kind but firm. It was hard. It's hard. And I don't know. I've been kind of nervous about it. I really fully expected to lose a lot of subscribers, and I didn't. In fact, I gained some. Yeah, I am a whole lot calmer today. Oh God. In fact, I was so calm that I took a shower and put my hair up in one of those topsy-turvy things that's supposed to help your hair dry, and before you fix it. And anyway, I went in and was watching a couple of little things on YouTube real fast, just little short, not shorts, but shorter little videos about stuff, non-Scientology stuff. And then I woke up a few minutes later, or a few minutes ago, I should say, and I was like, "Oh God, what happened to what happened to the clock? What happened to the time?" And I took my hair out of the towel, and it's rough. So y'all, please ignore my hair. But I'm hoping that I get some time and get the color on it tomorrow. It's getting an awful lot of, this. It's not as dark as it looks on camera, but man, oh man, oh man, it just, ugh, what a mess. So I'm gonna, oh, Mischief is having some problems, y'all. Oh, thanks, Joel. In life, there are days that are very trying, but you done good. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Evie. That's sweet. Wasn't looking for a compliment, honest. I was just like looking at the camera and thinking, oh God, and these bangs, but it was this, or they stuck literally straight up because they were straight up in the towel. So I curled them around a brush and held on to it for a minute and got them to kind of go down. So Marilee, you're funny. So anyway, I had put my hair in the towel and put some makeup on and went and watched some stuff on YouTube, and then I woke up like literally 10 minutes ago. So I guess I needed a little more sleep, right? Oh well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's good to see you guys. I try to give a couple of minutes, to let people come in, but they're probably tired of me after yesterday. Oh my God. I'm tired of me after yesterday. So, anyway, see, my shirt says not today. It's like not today, y'all. Oh gosh, I got something on my glasses right there. I can see it every once in a while. So I'm going to get started. This is part 2 of our look into Young Living, the essential oil company. Kim Wexler's Ponytail, good to see you. You've been watching the traders tonight? Feeling treacherous and evil, beware, only joking. I'm sure that we are traitors, or, so being called that anyway. It's probably the best we're being called. But it's really not true. If that was true, I would have said more. I would have said something a long time ago. So, anyway. So, hi y'all. I survived yesterday's live, and I guess you all did too. The backlash it's been happening, but I've been kind of staying away from it a lot. I have had some screenshots and stuff like that have been sent to me, but I was actually blocked from Reese's stuff before I even said anything. So, like, literally the day before, I actually got blocked from everything. So strange, because I really hadn't spoke out yet. So I guess, preemptive. But yeah, I don't know. But I'm kind of glad that that part's over. I'm actually feeling a little lighter because of it. I did lose some subs, but I gained more than I lost. So I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm not scared like I was yesterday. Yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, I was scared. I thought, okay, Susie, you made it almost a year, going out with a bang, I guess, but it didn't. And I was glad. I just thank you guys so much for hanging with me. It was not fun. I know I'm laughing and cutting up today, but it's probably just exhaustion, just mental exhaustion. And because I don't think any of it is funny, I think it's all very ick. So, anyway, I do feel like that I'm getting some of my self respect back. I feel like that I'm being honest, that everybody knows that I was kind of being a fence rider and all that. And so now that's out in the open, and I can just wash my hands of the mess and just say, I don't have to deal with this anymore until tonight. Because if y'all haven't heard, there is going to be a part 2 of the interview with Barb. I think it's on at 8 Central Time. So whatever that is on y'all's time. I don't know if I really want to watch it or not, but I probably will, if nothing else, in support of Barb. So anyway, that's not a channel that I normally enjoy at all, but they're her friends, and that's where she chose to go. So, and again, I don't know why she's coming out with it now, but that's her story to tell. Maybe she'll tell that tonight. Maybe we'll find out, right? So anyway, I kind of feel like, you know how they say you made your bed, now lie in it. So, yesterday, whenever I was doing my live, I kind of felt like, well, you made your bed, now you're going to have to lie in it. But surprisingly, last night, whenever I finally did lie down in the bed, I slept good. I'm not going to lie. It was about 2:30 in the morning, but yeah, I was up at 6:30. So, but I did sleep pretty good, but that might have been partially because of some of Brian Lucas's advice on what he told me to do. And that in the couch stuff works pretty good. So today we are moving forward. And so I'm ready to move forward. I hope all of you are ready to move forward. We're gonna just I'm trying to get ready to start my second year. So it's like a newbie. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you will not see it. Yeah, I know, Joel. I understand. So anyway, today we move forward, a new day. It's the first month of the new actual year. It will soon be the start of my second year on YouTube on February 14th. So we are less than a month away from that. And I'm just, really in planning mode, y'all. I'm really wanting to kind of plan some fun stuff for the whole month of February, because like how somebody have a birthday month. I'm not that big on birthdays, but apparently I'm pretty excited about this month anniversary thing, because I'm trying to really plan some stuff for the whole month of February for this channel. I've got a couple of giveaways we're going to do. I don't know. I'm wanting to have a big I say party, but, some kind of just a fun get together, chit chat kind of thing on the channel the day of the anniversary. And I'm hoping that a bunch of y'all will be there and even come on live if you want to. Would be great. I would love it. But anyway, I'm just kind of trying to figure out other fun stuff that we can do, other fun, maybe even fun lives to do, something that's, a little lighter, a little more fun, something like that. Just make kind of a party of it in February. Not every day, but a day or two a week would be kind of nice to have something kind of fun to do. So, I don't know, y'all. I just want to I just want it to be fun again. I just want the whole thing to be fun again, and I want this to truly evolve into your favorite place to be, where you feel like you can come in and just cut up and relax, or maybe you're going to learn something, but it's just I don't want it to be something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Hef's googly-eyed hoo-ha is late, but not too late. Oh. I want to also work to rebuild. I know I can't do it alone. I'm going to be needing a lot of help there, but I really do want to work to rebuild the anti-Scientology community. I want to go back. I want to go after some of those people that were contributing stuff and creating content and everything that aren't doing it anymore for whatever reason, and say, hey, let's knock this off. Let's get back to business. And, I'll be there to support you. Yeah. Yeah. Valentine's Day, that's right, Joe McCoy, and my husband is like, I don't know. I think he was kinda planning to take me. It was supposed to be okay, so on the 15th versus the 14th, and I promised Mischief I'll get started, I promise. It's not gonna be very long today once I do. But anyway, um, one of my friends from high school, we've been friends for years and years and years, well, since the early '80s. And, anyway, he's a singer and he's amazing, and he's been in different bands and stuff, but now he's kind of flip-flopped around and he's what they call what is it, a crooner, where they sing all these, like, Rat Pack songs and all that kinda stuff, which he always loved to do. And so I'm kinda, we're getting older, and I guess he's gonna be like, Rod Stewart and some of them that switched from rock to these love ballads and everything. So anyway, he's doing that, and he's going to be at this, I guess it's a bar. I've actually never heard of it, but I'm not really sure what it is, because it, like, you can actually bring your own whatever you want. It said you can bring food, drinks, whatever you want to bring. So I don't know. Um but it was going to be the 15th. And so I had hinted, well, so I think Mark was really planning to take me. He hadn't actually, said it, but he was like, "So I'm taking it that you wanna go listen to your crooner friend and all that," so I was like, "Yeah, I really do," but he never was like, "Okay." But he has mentioned it a couple times, and that usually means that's what he wants to do. So, anyway, but I found out today that the date's been changed and now it's on Valentine's. So, if it is on Valentine's Day, I might do this little get together thing either the day before or the day after, just depending on what seems to work best for for the majority of you all. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, man, roses are so expensive. I always tell Mark, I said, don't you dare buy me roses on Valentine's Day. And he's like, why not? Everybody wants roses. And I'm like, you go get them the next day at the grocery store. So yeah, I'm a thrifty shopper, and I can forget that Valentine's Day was on this day, and it is all about it being on this other day if it means I get flowers at a cheaper rate. So, but he's really sweet. He doesn't bring me flowers often, but he does it every once in a while. But he he likes to do little things here and there, which is sweet. Linda Scott, it's good to see you. Um, I'm excited about getting this done. I better get started. I'm gonna be in trouble because Mischief is in the house, y'all. So anyway, I really do just Hey, Totally Jersey. I really do just want to make it a fun month next month, and I'm really gonna work on that. So I'll have to figure out um, how I'm gonna work some of the giveaways. There's a couple of books. There's Scientology books actually that I'm gonna give away. There's just different little things. So we shall see. Tune in, folks. So today I want to finish off the two-part piece on the Young Living um, essential oils company. I could not get essential for, I was thinking it's oil, but what is it? Oh, and to be perfectly honest, y'all, yes, last night after all of the, you know, I was looking over my notes for everything that I was going to talk about on Young Living, and I had worked my butt off, y'all, on these notes, getting them all ready and all this stuff. And yeah, mischief is pretending to be me again. Yeah. So, anyway, but I went over it last night. I usually try to kind of look over it in the evening and see if I think that it needs to anything added, anything taken away, whatever. Well, I honestly just was like, I don't even want to talk about all this stuff. So I just felt like it was boring, y'all. So my presentation of the information today is going to be like maybe a third or even a fourth of what it was going to be. I'm honestly just going to hit y'all with the stuff that I think really really tells you all why I think that this company is problematic and creepy. So yes, there were several cases of people being sick, even a woman that had to be put in an drug-induced coma while they, got it wasn't that she didn't go into a coma, they put her in a coma while they treated some of the stuff to keep her, busy or to keep her still because she was in pain and she was kind of writhing around. And so there's a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm only going to mention one of the medical cases, and it thankfully is not as serious, although it was extremely serious, but it better um describes basically the issue that I see with this company. Because I mean a lot of them were people that were using the oils instead of going to the doctor or whatever. But this woman that we're going to talk about just a little bit today, bless her heart, I don't know if she'll ever learn. I just really don't. She is, I mean, I don't know what it would take. I don't know what it would take to get her attention, you would think. But anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I'm not going to go into every detail of this company because I think that y'all would think it was boring too. I don't think that we care. I think that we just want to know what's the, kind of culty, kind of just icky, you know. Oh, do it the day after so Alan will be here. That's a good idea. Might absolutely do that. The day after is sounding better to me. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not for sure. So I wish that you and Alan were here or I was there. One of these days we are actually going to all get together. That would be so fun. I was so jealous when y'all were at Maryland's. I pouted that whole time. I'm serious. I was a little snot. Mark would be like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I was left out." And he'd be like, "Oh, okay." So anyway, I hope that, that it's okay with y'all that I have shrunk this down, and I hope that you find it interesting and at least a little bit entertaining, because otherwise, I don't know why we're here, right? It's get boring. You could just read some articles yourself. So anyway, I want to share with you the story of Miguel. Actually, Miguel's mom, but it's told by Miguel. And he didn't want to use his last name, so we're just using the name Miguel. And he's now in his early 20s, I would say about 23, 24, and he's living in Ottawa, Canada. But at the time that we will be referencing today, he was 18 and he was living in the Philippines with his parents and his younger brother. Okay, so the morning of this incident, he said that everybody got up just like normal and that his mom got up and came down so that she could make breakfast. Um, I think the dad had already gone to work, was how that worked. But the two brothers were there. And the mom came down and she was just like doubled over and just really complaining of being in, I mean, horrible, horrible pain. So I've got an itch. I don't know what it is. So anyway, she hadn't really, that he knew of, really had any previous issues with this pain. Oh my god, guys. Ugh. There, I think I got no, it moved over. It's a hair. It's one of those goofy bangs. That's why I don't wear bangs. Anyway, so she was in just horrible pain. Well, Miguel, he calls a taxi because they only have one vehicle. And so, which is very typical in the Philippines, apparently. So anyway, he calls a taxi. The dad was at work already, and the two boys and the mom get in the taxi and they rush off to the hospital. Well, she gets there, and the doctors find out that she has a burst appendix. And Miguel said that when they got there, she was just like screaming in pain and begging them for pain medication, and that was very much unlike his mom. He had never heard her like that. So, so anyway, the doctors figured out that she had a ruptured appendix, and so they did emergency surgery. Oh gosh. I move it, but it's attached. It's the problem. You'll see me over here in a minute. I'll be like, boom, pull it out. So anyway, but after this surgery, y'all, she had to stay in the hospital for 6 weeks. And it really was for at least the first part of that, it was very much kind of touch and go. Like they thought she might die at some points in there. I mean, she got better, but that first couple of weeks was rough. I mean, rough. She wasn't in an induced coma like the other lady, but she was definitely in bad shape. So anyway, so time went by. Miguel, they're taking care of the mom. The dad was there when the surgery went on. I mean, all this normal what everybody does when somebody's sick and in the hospital and has surgery. So they she got home and everything, and so Miguel, he starts when he's talking to his mom and saying, "Man, I can't believe that happened so fast," and all this stuff, and she says that actually she had been in pretty bad pain for a few days and that she hadn't told anybody. Well, what she had been doing was she was relying on these Young Living essential oils that she had bought from some, from a person. Turns out she's a member, still is. So, this is like 6 years ago. She's still a member. So, yeah, crazy. But anyway, so she had been using these oils because they had told her that it would fix whatever was going on, whatever was wrong, that these oils would fix it. So she was doing that until I guess it just got so bad that because I mean the oils will help a little bit with some pain and stuff. I'm not trying to say that they don't do some of the things they say they do. The point being is that sometimes there's a reason why you hurt. And you know, you might need to fix that reason that you're hurting and not just like mask it with any kind of pain relief. I mean, pain relief is supposed to get you by till you can get to the doctor, that kind of thing. It's not supposed to fix it, but they think it fixes it. I don't know what she thought was wrong, but she thought it was going to fix it. So, yeah, as I said, his mom was a member of this Young Living Essential Oils group, right? And she had bought the oils from somebody above her because that's what you do when you're members. You buy them from the ones up above you. I mean, somebody's eventually having to buy them from the company, but when you're down lower, then you do that. So anyway, according to Miguel, his mom worked at her job with Young Living as if it were a full-time job. So I mean, she was dedicated, y'all, terribly, terribly dedicated. And that she was like immersing herself into a group that was growing more and more skeptical of just, normal medications. They were just like really turning against any kind of normal medications and only wanting to use these oils. So he said it all kind of tracked, right? That it made sense that she wouldn't tell him that she was hurting and wouldn't try to get any kind of medical care because as far as she was concerned, she was getting all the medical care she needed with her oils. So anyway, his mom also, y'all, a couple times a week would actually host these DIY, like, I don't know what you would call it, classes, I guess. I don't know. And anyway, she would host these classes and she would teach people. People would pay her and come to this class. And so, I mean, I guess she's making a little bit of money with it. But anyway, it wasn't a lot, but she made a little bit of money hosting these classes and teaching people how to make different things with these Young Living oils, like soaps and lotions and I mean everything. She had stuff for teething babies. She had stuff for I mean, you wouldn't believe if you can think of it, she knew how to make it and was teaching people how to do it. And then they would be joining and then they'd buy their kit from her, get their little 20, she'd get her a little $25 for all these people that she, got in. And so anyway, the circle, it's a circle. So, oh, and said that she would just go on and on and on about the health benefits of Young Living oils. And he said that whenever they would get sick, like either him or his brother or even his dad, whenever they would get sick, that she would make them use all these oils that she said was going to cure whatever was wrong with them. And anyway, she would make them apply oils to all over her and all over their bodies. So like I don't know, y'all, if they had sore muscles or whatever, I mean everything, if you can think of it, she thought that this would fix it. So then a little bit after this happened, okay, that's when all of a sudden the coronavirus hits, right? And mom, she insisted that the family use only the DIY products that she was making with these oils. She wouldn't buy any kind of hand sanitizer. They don't have any kind of normal, like commercial, like buy it at Target or whatever, soaps or lotions or, shampoos or laundry soaps or nothing. Every product that they have in their home, she made, and she made it with these soaps. I gotta get a drink, y'all. So this concoction that she made up instead of hand sanitizer was a mixture of lemon, lavender, and tea tree oils. And they had to clean their hands with it. But again, she wouldn't let them use any kind of normal products. It was only those products. Well, Miguel, he admits now that he was like sneaking around and buying some real soap and some real hand sanitizer and keeping that a secret from mom. And she apparently still doesn't know that he was doing that. So I think that's kind of funny that, this 18-year-old kid's like, I'm going to go buy some soap. He might have been 19 at the time. But anyway, he was really wanting to stay safe during the pandemic. And he was like, this is not cutting it. We are not going to be safe. But Miguel said that it's shocking how people will literally believe anything so completely, and that it's really hard to change their minds. They are just so stubborn about it that They just, they believe it, and nothing you say is going to change it, which sounds pretty familiar. He says that he's always scared that his mom is either going to get sick again with something else or have some kind of an accident or something, and that she's going to refuse any kind of, real medical treatment or medication because she's still, to this day, using only those products. So, but his mom's not alone, y'all, because there's over 6 million people that are signed up as members under this group. Now, I don't know if they're active, and I don't know what they're actually doing, if they're trying to sell it, if they're trying to recruit, if they're just buying for themselves or what. But the company does boast that they have over 6 million members. So, I don't know if that's a Scientology math or if it's real math, but that's what they say. And the majority of these reject any kind of modern medicine in favor of what they can do with these plant essences. So, anyway, I found a deal where a reporter surveyed dozens of public essential oil sales groups. So this wasn't just them, but it was like any kind of people that sell essential oils, because there's more than one of these groups. This is just the one that is really got a lot of attention. So anyway, this reporter surveyed a bunch of these people on social media, and they asked questions about what they're currently doing to stay healthy. Now, this was back when the virus was really strong, okay? And answers from many Young Living members involve the use of oils versus conventional products. A lot of the others were using conventional products, also using their oils, but in more of a kind of like what most people would do kind of a thing, not as the only way. Hey, DOA is a fraud. Good to see you. Good to see you. So anyway, and then I was looking back at the insider report that I was looking at from before, and they said that the company admitted that they had to require that over 1,500 improper COVID claims by members be removed from social media. So even they know it's happening, and they admit that it happened, but y'all, it's kind of like dun dun dun. So anyway, so there was a lady on Instagram named Carol Garner, and she's a pretty high ranking member, which I thought it was funny that they have ranks. Also very familiar. Didn't see anything about a bridge or freedom or anything, but they've got their own Looney Tune stuff. But anyway, that she said that she wasn't worried about the virus at all because she was stocked up on oils that she knew promoted wellness by strengthening her immune system. So, yeah. Something I found really creepy and culty is that they have a 640-page book that breaks down pretty much every ailment or condition that you can think of, okay? And it tells you what specific recipes to use to alleviate these ailments. Now, when I'm reading off these recipes to you, they don't use names like lavender or peppermint. They use like people's names, like Sarah and Rachel and, whatever. And they use other names too, like forgiveness, trauma life. They use these kind of names. So that also is creepy to me. It's like, okay, what is it? But I think you're going to see that I might be taken back. I don't know. I was kind of giving them kind of the benefit of the doubt, but the more I look into it and was really thinking about some of the stuff that they do, I'm kind of leaning more towards they might want to be a cult. So, okay, guys, I'm taking it straight from the horse's mouth kind of deal, okay? Examples that of oils that should be or should be used to repair trauma of parental, sexual, or ritual abuse. It says not only okay, back up. Not only is it super, super just sketchy AF that they think that an oil is going to cure you from parental, sexual, or ritual abuse is bad enough. Okay. But yeah, but here's what they say. Okay. Apply 1 to 3 drops of Sarah over the area where the abuse took place. Which, are you doing this to yourself? Or but if it's a child, who's doing this to the child? Because it's ugh, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. I like the WTF and I like, WTAF. Absolutely. Guys. Yeah. It's yeah. I'm not even kidding. So you put 1 to 3 drops of Sarah over the area where the abuse took place. Then you follow that with these are additional essential oils. Forgiveness, trauma life, release, joy, and present time. And that's going to cure your trauma, y'all. From child. Yeah. Yeah. Hef touching or touch assist and anointing oil. Yeah. Kind of creepy. Okay. I got another one. For spousal abuse. See, I'm not just talking about you got an earache, you got your little headache, you might have stubbed your toe. No. Mm-mm. That's not all they're treating. For spousal abuse, apply Sarah, forgiveness, trauma life, release, valor, joy, amorescence, envision, and hope. Do y'all see that my eyes are bugging out of my head? Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Feeling like you might want to unalive yourself? We got a recipe for that too. Yeah, does it need to be applied with a baseball bat? Very good. DOA is a fraud. And a who? Like, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of oil. That's a lot. 1 to 3 drops at a time, I guess. So I don't know. But anyway, if you are feeling like you might want to unalive yourself, in all seriousness, okay? Apply 2 drops of hope to the rim of your ears. Then it says, Melissa, gain power, surrender, Rutavala, common sense, and present time may also be beneficial. Hef needs a tanker full of that oil to take away her childhood trauma. Yeah, DOA, it is pure craziness. DOA is a fraud. I need to make sure I say that whole name so people don't think that someone else is in here, because that ain't happening anytime soon, ever. So, can you freaking imagine But that's the last of the those were there was more, but those were the ickiest that I found, okay? The essential oils desk reference, because they have that 640-page book that tells them what recipes to use for all these things now, also claims to treat leukemia, congestion or congestive heart failure, cerebral palsy, cholera, lupus, measles, and much more. And this new book is said to be used to get new members acquainted with all of the benefits of Young Living essential oil and what all it can do for them. And no, I don't know. I think that some of these might be blends, but I really don't know. It didn't say, and I didn't look into it. I need to talk to my niece who used to sell it and see what she says if she'll talk about it. So, yeah, the angels used to polish the clouds. Mhm. Oh, y'all. So anyway, then the guy that founded this group's name was Donald Gary Young, and they called him Gary, but his name was he's passed away, and I think 2000, oh gosh, was it 18 or 19, something like that. Anyway, he's been gone for a while, but his legacy lives on and on and on. So anyway, so him and this guy named Mark Schrader wrote that book, that 640-page book. And Schrader was also hired as not only as a writer, but a researcher, and he was hired back in 1997. So that's when they wrote this book. Dawn says, I was a distributor almost 10 years ago. It's a cult and a scam. I think so too, Dawn. I really, really, really do. Yeah. Yeah. Cerebral palsy is caused by oxygen deprivation and it is irreversible. My friend, she was my sister's best friend actually, had twins and they were in, I think, Germany. Her husband was in the military, ex-husband now, but anyway, her then husband was in the military and they were stationed in, I believe it was Germany. And she had twins. And one of them didn't get enough oxygen. They were in some sort of an incubator situation just because they were twins. I mean, they twins generally are born early. They were born a little early. They were in pretty good shape, but they both needed a little bit of oxygen, just for a little bit. So anyway, one did fine. The other one didn't get all the oxygen that he needed, and he had cerebral palsy. He has passed now, but he lived for several years. He was amazing, sweetest little man. I mean, he was like a teenager, seriously, when he passed. But they couldn't sue because it was military. If it had not been military, they would have been able to sue. So, yeah, I don't think that rubbing some oil anywhere is going to help with any of those things that they claim it does. So anyway, the Schrader guy, or Schroeder, I can't really figure out how you pronounce it, but anyway, he was hired as a writer and also as a researcher. And in his time there, he, rose in the ranks and he made it to president of research and discovery by the time he left in 2015. And I could not find why he left, because him and this Gary Young, they were like this. They were like buds, okay? Great, Dawn. I absolutely would love to. Let's get together later and we'll talk and we'll figure it out, because I'd love to do that. I would love to interview you and get on it while people are still thinking about this. So, anyway, so he left in 2015. The guy died like 3-4 years later. So in 1978, when this Schroeder guy was 17, he shot and unalived his multimillionaire grandfather, Franklin Bradshaw, with a 357, okay, on orders of his mother. 4 years later, he was convicted of second-degree murder, and he did end up spending 12 years in prison. And he says that this young guy, the one that started the absolute, yeah, I'm excited to interview Don. I really want to. So anyway, he said that this Gary Young knew about his past and overlooked it as they were setting out to grow the business. He thought that they would work good together, and I'm not going to hold your past against you, which in some ways, good on him. He did his time, whatever. In other ways, I don't know, just kind of strange. And I'm going to tell you that the interview with this Schroeder guy, he's odd. He's an odd duck. He really seems different. Okay. One of the things that he said that I don't know, guys. I'm going to read it because I want to make sure I get it right. Okay. He said, if you look at my past, I did it out of loyalty. I was loyal to my mother, and that loyalty is a mark of my trait. I'm not sure what, I don't know what a mark of my trait. I mean, I know what he's trying to say, but it's just odd. But anyway, is a mark of my trait throughout my life. And I stayed loyal to Gary. And that just okay, Dawn. So yeah, I think that's a little icky too. So anyway, he also said that Gary had strong opinions, but no schooling on the oils that would often contradict science. Sound familiar? He claimed that they would argue about it, but Gary would say, well, my experience overrules science. So, he's the boss, right? So of course his experience overruling science was always what was deferred to. So he got his way. So yeah, that's where a lot of these, like where it says that they fix this and that and all this other stuff, with stuff that this guy said. So he said, the Schroeder guy said that when Young got weird ideas about the oils, that he claimed that they were inspirations from God, so they had to be true. And that's how his experience overruled science, was that he was getting it straight from God. It just kind of spirals from there. That's where I kind of decided that y'all did not probably care about every lawsuit that's ever come against them for everything. I mean, honestly, companies get lawsuits against them all the time. And there was just a lot of information that I think just really didn't matter and would be boring. I'm now doubling down on being excited because I want to do an interview with Dawn Gloves and get her experience on it. So look for that in the next day or two, I'm sure. As soon as she has a day off or some time off, we'll get that done and get that for you guys. So anyway, I put on here that I was gonna. I'm gonna read it to you. But anyway, I put on here to say that that's it for now, guys. I need some Young Living oils. I've got a really bad headache, and But anyway, so what do y'all think? Honestly, cult, scam? Like Dawn said, a bit of very good, Joel. He just called in reserve flowers. Oh, and got it for $73. Mark will get me some the day after for about 25. DOA is a fraud. Definitely. I think you're right on the, yeah. Go huff some frankincense. Hef says. Yeah. Joel says it's a cult and a scam. I believe it. Um, do any of you other than Dawn have any kind of experiences with Young Living? Because yeah, Marilee, good one. Culty scam and scammy cult. Yep. Yep. They got the class action lawsuit going. Yeah. Hef doesn't want flowers. She wants a new pair of shoes. Aw. Yeah. Convenient that it was making him money. Yeah. Mm. Anyway, I do want to talk to y'all about, not tonight, but in the future, I'm going to talk to you. I'd love to talk to any of you all that have any kind of experiences with MLMs. This one especially, but any. I I Oh, thanks. Yes. I did get several DOA as a fraud. I got several new subs over the last 24 hours or so. I did lose some, but the ones that I got made, I was watching my, I was so nervous. I was nervous yesterday. So I'm watching that little ticker. I'm like, refresh, refresh, refresh. I drove Mark nuts. I'm sitting over there and I'm just like, refresh, refresh, refresh. Aw, Joel. We all need a Joel and an Alan. And y'all need to give Mark some lessons on it. He's good, but he ain't that good. But Mischief, why don't you tell me these things? Good grief. Oh. But anyway, yeah, by the time it was all over in the last 24 hours, I did get somewhere around 45, 50 new subscribers. So I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, Susie, I watched on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and a host was saying that it can take about an hour to brainwash some people. How terrifying is that? Oh, that is terrifying, Kim. It is absolutely terrifying. I don't know what Mischief. I don't know what EOLA is. It's based out of St. George, Utah. It seems like about 9/10 of them are based out of Utah, and I was told that that's because the Mormons really like for the wives to stay at home, homeschool the kids, that kind of thing. And so that would make sense. I mean, it absolutely would make sense. I'm not saying that because it's Mormon owned or whatever that it makes it a cult or whatever. I just did. Well, duh, you little smart ass. When I said, why didn't she tell me that? She's like, I just did. Well, we talk all the time. And you didn't tell me? Yeah, Virginia Anderson, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. And about an hour, that is fast and so slow in a way. Yeah. Joe, my cat practices mind control. She rules this roost. She's moved. I started to say she's sitting beside me. She usually is. But yeah, she's usually sitting right. As soon as I sit down to do a live, she sits down right beside me. So if I'm doing a live, you all can just about bet there's a little cat sitting next to me, except for right now. She's sitting on the back of the chair beside me, on the one to the side of me. So that's all I've got for you all tonight. I'm going to look back at my chat a little bit and just see if I've missed anything. I think I've said hi to everybody as they came in, but you never know. So just going to flip back through here. Oh, Hef's googly eyes hoo-ha had to switch back to her mod channel. Oh, my son-in-law always tries to buy my daughter pink roses, her favorite, but he's colorblind. Oh, Marilee, that's hilarious. My uncle's colorblind. I asked him, like, what color something is, and no matter what he does, he says, "Green." My hair's green, his truck's green, everything. I don't know how he knows if it's green, but that's his answer. You'd have to know him though. This man is a nut. Oh my god, what he will do anything to get me, like he like one day I was married and had a baby at this time, but I was pretty young. So he's sitting there at my mom's dining room table and he's telling me that he's just not really feeling all that well, that his tummy's hurting. And I'm like, "Really? I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's some kind of virus going around or something." Well, unbeknownst to me, he sneaks and he puts in his mouth one of those, those Alka-Seltzer tablets, those big tablets that plop plop fizz fizz thing. And he popped that in his mouth. Anyway, he popped it in his mouth and then just he looks like he's foaming at the mouth. He's trying to convince me that he's foaming at the mouth, but I saw the twinkle in his eye. So, I mean, everything he says and does, if you don't know, you will think he's being serious. But I've got him figured out and I can usually pinpoint the twinkle in his eye. He is a total mess. I remember when I was 13, I stayed the summer at their house one time down in Southern California at Thousand Oaks. So they had this great big, uh, I don't know, above ground pool, an adobe or whatever, or adobe, I don't know what it is, but anyway, above ground pool. So they had this above ground pool, and they I would take care of it and everything. I just loved it. I was always excited. So anyway, he's out in the pool and he was cleaning it, right? He decided he's going to clean it that day. So he's out there in the pool and he's cleaning it. Well, I come out and I'm getting ready. I don't know he's out there yet. So I'm getting ready to go out there and clean it. So I'm walking out there and this guy is a turd, throws his swimming trunks at me, making me think that he's in that water naked now. And this 13-year-old girl was freaked out. I, like, screamed and ran back in the house and was laughing and everything and being like, "He's lost his freaking mind," to my aunt. And he raises up out of that pool, and he's got a pair on. He had planned it and took another pair out there and did that, and I wanted to just absolutely I just wanted to kill him. But one time, their son, he was little, like, little over a year old, and, I was laying out in the sun, had my baby oil, and anyway, I had fallen asleep. Well, he put more baby oil on me, and he put baby oil on the bottoms of my feet. I did not know that the bottoms of your feet can burn from the sun, y'all, but they can. So, whenever I got up to try to go in the house, my first of all, they were slick, and I thought, "Oh, no." And I made it through my shower and everything, but then when I went to walk into my bedroom, all of a sudden, my feet hurt so bad, okay? I was crying, I didn't know what was going on. I sat down, and my aunt came in there, and she's like, "Oh, no, they're sunburned," and so anyway, but, um, we were going to dinner that evening, and we'd been planning it for a while, and I had been wanting to go to this certain Mexican restaurant because it was kinda reported that sometimes celebrities were showing up in there. It was a really fancy one, or I guess it was, I don't remember, but to my 13-year-old self, it was extremely fancy. Well, my uncle carried me. He literally carried this 13-year-old girl in and out of that Mexican restaurant. I can only imagine what we had to have looked like. I remember being humiliated, but I wanted those enchiladas. I was loving enchiladas even back then, y'all. So, Susie will do just about anything for enchiladas, even be carried into a restaurant. So, Oh. Aw. So he will be here in July for good? And you will be our next vacay, babe. Aw, that's so sweet. We could even meet somewhere in the middle and then do something for a few days. That would be fun too. Like, we could figure out where we'd wanna go and meet somewhere and just, like that way nobody's gotta clean, nobody's gotta cook, nobody's got nothing. Just, like, goof off. Yeah, we're right at Susie's house, a real one, right? Everybody's gonna show up. Oh, gosh. Kim Wexler's ponytail says, "Why do you call a fringe, as we call it in the UK, bangs?" I don't know. I think a fringe makes more sense, but yeah, we call them bangs. There's a lot of stuff that I'm like, "Why do we call it that?" Or how we pronounce things. Like, I've got a lot of friends that are English, and so I hear them talk, and so I will hear them say certain words, and I'll think, "It makes a whole lot more sense that it would be pronounced that way." I don't know, did we just come over here and we're like, "We ain't pronouncing nothing like that. We're not gonna do that." Uh, oh, Marilee says, "Kim, I can actually answer that. It's based on horses. The banged their forelocks, blunt cut the front." Oh, they, not the okay, they. Okay, makes sense. Also, the horse's tail, just ask Mr. Googly Pants. I don't like them. So I got a wild hair. They were actually long enough to cover my glasses. And a few days ago, I got a wild hair and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's just cut these off." And I didn't even use my hair cutting scissors. Y'all, nobody uses my hair cutting scissors for anything but hair. And I don't cut hair with anything but my hair cutting scissors. I've been a hairstylist for many, many, many years, and that's the rule. The other day, I'm sitting in my bathroom and I'm thinking, "Well, crap. I want these bangs, but my scissors are in the other bathroom and I want them now." Like, I already had them figured out where I wanted them and everything. Now, why I didn't reach in my little rollabout that's got all my hair stuff, and it should have had my hair cut and scissors, but I'd had them in the other room, and Mark had trimmed his mustache with them, which barely qualifies as hair because it's so coarse and ugh. But anyway, he had trimmed them with my hair cutting scissors. And anyway, so this hair cutting scissors wasn't there. Instead of getting out my razor, my hair cutting razor and using that, no, I get into the other side where all of my medical supplies are, and I use the scissors that you use to cut like gauze and tape and all that kind of stuff. So I broke my rule. She bangs, she bangs. Yeah, behave, Ev. Yeah, now you have to figure out why they called it that for a horse. Marilee, sometimes I'm a wealth of weird facts too. I buy those books all the time that's, like weird, like facts that you never knew or don't need to know, or just going down through here real fast. Yes, y'all. I really believe that that is a danger. I think I really think that that essential oil company is dangerous, and it is. Sounds like stuff out of the Middle Ages. When I Because they buried the lead, y'all. There was, like, a list of all these things that they said that it would fix in these 2 different deals that I found online that listed things that, "This is a recipe for this, this is a recipe for that. They buried them down in it, like, like, oh, I mean, a toothache was just as important as the fact that they think that they can, cure child sexual parental assault, right? Oh my god. Or unaliving yourself, like, "Oh, well, just wrap this stuff on your ear. It'll be fine." Boy, what a crock. Yeah. Joel says he's just a dumb old hick in the sticks, but that stuff sounds like BS to me. I agree. Yeah, and he's not dumb. I agree, Mischief, even though you're pretending to be me. I don't care that she's using my name, y'all. I really don't. She was in the back office. I am so excited that I'm gonna get to interview Dawn. I have wanted to interview her anyway, but this gives us a really good reason. So, oh boy, and I want to talk to Mischief and see what this EOLA thing is. We will talk. Mhm. At least he didn't throw an O. Henry in the pool. I got a story about O. Henrys too. I got a story about everything, and I'm gonna be in so much trouble. But anyway, my great aunt and uncle were Dee and Henry, and they lived in California in Visalia. And my uncle Henry, he was quite a bit older than my aunt Dee, and he was a hoot. He was an absolute hoot. One time, he had my little brother when he was like 2 or 3, like, told him he had a loose tooth and would he help him pull it. And so my little brother, grabs a hold of what he didn't know were false teeth and yanks, and like the whole thing came out, and my brother vomited. My brother didn't know anything about false teeth. He'd never been around it. So my uncle Henry, he died, right? And we were at the grocery store, and I don't know what drew my attention to him, but I saw these O. Henry candy bars, and I'm doing the whole like trying to keep her, because it was like the day after the funeral, and I'm seriously like doing the block. I was probably, oh, maybe 8, probably 7. I was young. Y'all just see me. No, oh God. If she's My mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm pointing at these candy bars. My mom goes, yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. Oh, Janet from another planet. She's gonna be on the replay crew. Aw. Yeah, I think banging Britain is totally different. Yeah, me too. A lot of stuff there is different. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has been an hour. She's gonna be on me. She got kicked out of StreamYard somehow. She said, "Let me guess. You might go over." Oh my god. Well, it looks like I've reached the end of the chat. I am so glad y'all were here. As you can tell, I'm feeling a lot lighter today, so I just appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna go watch the what I hope is not a shit show tonight. Um, Again, I was saying that Barb is gonna be back on that same channel in part 2. So we'll see what happens tonight. I hope that she doesn't let the host or the chat lead her astray, and I hope she just tells her truth and what she knows and leave speculation out of it. I really do hope so. She's a pretty smart cookie, so I'm hoping she does. I'm just I'm gonna go watch it in support of her, basically. So y'all have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's the plan. It is the plan, unless something weird goes on. But not really sure what we're gonna talk about tomorrow, but I will certainly be looking into that tonight. So I got a couple ideas, but I haven't decided which direction I'm going. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Hey, Emily. Good night to you and to everyone else. And I will see you guys tomorrow.